Okay, Assalamualaikum Dr. Suzana. I saw your face.
Assalamualaikum.
Not face, I saw your photo.
Oh,
All right.
okay, I'm here.
Oh, how can we check how many are already there?
Ada 17.
17 apa?
Baru 17.
Oh, today we are covering allied health sciences, science, dua lagi, nursing and pharmacy. Alright. Kuantan lagi ni. How's Kuantan, Dr. Suzana?
Biasa saja, macam nak hujan.
At least we envy you because you have solat Jumaat. Kami tak ada kat sini.
Oh, itulah kelebihan.
We miss the solat Jumaat kat sini. Okay, how many already?
18.
18. I think they are coming, slowly, little bit by little. Terus dia kata 2:30 ni time office hours pun tak buka lagi. Dia 2:45 buka office hours.
Prof nak tanya, who would be the ones invited to this meeting? Sebab my kuliah macam saya saja dengan
Adalah. You're supposed to invite all your academic staff.
I also saw that
Semua.
Is it on YouTube at present?
Ada juga YouTube pun, Zoom, YouTube, but supposedly all staff can use this Zoom.
Okay. So,
you can WhatsApp lah them.
Alright. Okay.
Join the Zoom juga ada.
Okay, thanks.
Dia kena bold tu. Please invite your staff.
Bold and capital.
Trump. Donald Trump sekarang dah 2 malam dia mengamuk. Dia kata macam mana I'm leading and suddenly mana datang vote ni. Dah make any vote tu lah.
Dia confident a few states.
Memang.
Tengok betul.
Dia mail in vote tu. Yang pula ada dua state kata dia boleh kira kalau ada postmark tu on Tuesday sampai Jumaat pun boleh kira lagi. Itu yang Trump kata. Extend. Dia takut betul juga. Kalau kau buat kat Malaysia, open for cheating lah. Postmark tu boleh tukar.
Tak final lagi ya?
Still counting. Ada lagi 2-3 yang macam dia tak boleh nak not outright winning. Dan dia pula ada undang-undang. Kalau the margin tu so little, dia automatic recount. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How's Kuantan? Ada orang Kuantan jawab.
Ada Prof, Alhamdulillah sihat.
Alright. How about the rest still dekat masjid ke? Zikir.
Kita tak dapat di masjid.
Sepatutnya buat pop quiz tu. Apa khutbah hari ni di masjid? Pop quiz. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope that you can hear me. You can use your chat box if you want to. If you do not hear me, please you can make a remark in the chat box. Can you show me my presentation? Dah nampak ni?
Nampak.
So, macam ni lah, macam saya nampak ni lah. Alright, okay. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let us begin our sharing session this afternoon with recitation of Al-Fatihah. Maliki yaumiddin, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Shiratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. So alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wa mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. La haula wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Subhanaka la ilma lana ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So first foremost, I think we praise Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for allowing us to have this sharing session this afternoon on the revised promotion criteria for academic staff that we plan to implement beginning January 2021. So that's why I think this is a very important session for all the academic staff. Today we have 4 kuliahs that we should cover. All are in Kuantan. So I would like to welcome all of you, the deans, the deputy deans, HODs of the 4 kuliah. Kuliah of Science, Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences, Kuliah of Pharmacy, and Kuliah of Nursing. So I'd like to welcome all of you this Jumaah Mubarak today. Okay. Speaker. All right. So just to inform all of you, Alhamdulillah, we have done for all other kuliahs. These are actually the last 4 kuliah that we have not done. Earlier this week, we already have a sharing session with Kuliah of Medicine and Kuliah of Dentistry. Last week and week before, we already cover the Gombak, Paguh, and Istek. So today is our last briefing. And then insyaAllah, I think by that we can consider that we already share this with all the kuliahs. Of course, ideally, I mean, this type of session is good if we can have face-to-face, but as we know, we are facing this pandemic challenge. So inshallah, I think let's try to be as effective as possible for this afternoon. And then of course, like I mentioned, you have your chat box, and after my short briefing, then inshallah we can have our discussion and question and answer. What I plan to do this afternoon is I will take about 40 to 45 minutes just to go through quickly on the revised promotion criteria. Okay, and then we can have the discussion, inshallah. Okay, so I will get my first slide. If not get the next slide, All right, okay. So brothers and sisters, I will go back to our basic, our vision of the university, and then the next slide will be the mission. So allow me to take about 10 to 15 minutes just to refresh our mind about the vision of the university and the mission of the university and how it relates to the revised promotion criteria. As a background, as all of us know, and I think all of us already have filled in our APA for this year. Early this year, we have filled the APA using the new APA system. Maybe it's good time also for me to remind all of you that the APA for this year, 2020, also now you can submit continuously until the end of the year. I think all of you get the message already. You can submit, update your APA 2020 until the end of the year. So as you can see in APA, the new APA, we do away with the KPI, but we are stressing more on the staff declaring what are their contributions to the university in line with our vision and mission. Because we realize that different staff have different strengths and different contributions and passion also. Some people are passionate doing some things, and while others are passionate doing other things. So we hope that we can synergize and bring, complement each other, okay, for the betterment and for the good of the university and for the Ummah. Okay, so I'm not going. So I will just highlight or pick up a few points from our vision and mission, the university vision and mission, and how it relates to this revised promotion criteria. So if you see our vision, that our university aims at becoming a leading international center of excellence in education, research, and innovation. Okay, so you can see that this is, relate to our revised promotion criteria, this excellence in education. So as you will see in a few minutes time, that our promotion criteria put very much importance in excellence in education. Education here include teaching, learning, supervision, excellence in research, excellence in innovation, because that is, in order for the university to be excellent in these categories, these areas, then of course the staff, okay, must be excellent, and those are the staff is of course all of us. Okay, so excellence in education, research, and innovation, and of course not only that, it does not stop there, which seeks to restore the dynamic and progressive role of the Ummah in all branches of knowledge, okay, for the betterment of human life and civilization. So not only we are excellent academically, in research and innovation, but we must also, you look at towards the end of the vision, we must also contribute to the betterment of human life and civilization. So that will be another important component that you will see in this revised promotion criteria. We want the staff to show or to demonstrate or to lead the way in terms of contribution to the society, okay, to the neighbor, to the Ummah, human life and civilization. The last point that I would like to pick up from this vision is you go a little bit, you go to the third line there, where we're talking about inspired by the worldview of Tawheed and the Islamic philosophy of the unity of knowledge, as well as its concept of holistic education. So underline holistic education. So you will see also in this revised promotion criteria, we are talking about holistic personality, okay, holistic staff. So we want to have a holistic staff, and we have been talking about we are going to produce holistic students. So in order for us to produce holistic students, we need to have holistic staff to become their mentor, their professor, their lecturer, their guidance. Okay, so you will see from this vision, holistic staff, and then excellence in education, research and innovation, as well as contribution to the betterment of human life and civilization and the ummah. That all will be captured in our revised promotion criteria. Okay, in a few minutes time, we'll see. And then how does this revised promotion criteria relates to our IIUM mission? So we go back, and this is enshrined in our constitution, IIUM constitution, that we have these 7 missions. So again, what I will do today, I will pick up just points that are related to our revised promotion criteria. So as you can see, point number 1, we are talking about to undertake the special and greatly needed task of reforming the contemporary Muslim mentality and integrating Islamic revealed knowledge and human sciences in a positive manner. So this is the integration component. Okay, but there are two things here. One is we are talking about how to change the mindset, how to reform the Muslim mentality. Okay, so that is the first component. The second component is how to integrate Islamic revealed knowledge and human sciences in a positive manner. So this one also, maybe if you see our new Sejahtera academic framework also, we are doing the same thing. How to integrate the IRKHS with other professional courses or projects or programs. So that is the integration part, which we also expect that our staff will be contributing, and then it should reflect in our revised promotion criteria. The second part is more, detailed. We're talking about producing quality intellectuals, quality professionals, quality scholars. Okay, so these are the qualities that we would like to have for our academic staff. They should be quality intellectuals, quality professionals, and quality scholars. Okay, later on, when we talk about when a staff want to apply for professorship, for example, there must be a professor in one. The candidate should demonstrate that they are good scholars, leading scholars in the focus area. Okay, and then by integrating the qualities of faith, iman, knowledge, ilm, and akhlaq. So here is where we're talking about holistic personality, holistic staff that we're talking about. And they become also as agents of comprehensive and balanced progress, as well as sustainable development in Malaysia and in the Muslim world. So this is related to our SDG goals. Okay, so the project, the implementation at the end is talking about sustainable world, sustainable development for Malaysia and also for the whole world. Okay, but you must have those using your expertise, using your skills, all right, good intellectuals, professional, then I think you have to serve the Malaysia as well as the Muslim Ummah. Okay, so this you will see. That's why bear in mind all of this, because you will see all this. Will be there in our revised promotion criteria. The third one is our Islamization. To foster the Islamization of the ethics of Muslim academic and administrative staff of IIUM. So the first part is talking about Islamization of selves, Islamization of staff, and certain aspects of human knowledge. The second part is Islamization of human knowledge, particularly in the social sciences and humanities, with the view of making them more useful and more relevant to the Muslim Ummah. Okay. So let me bring Professor Kamal's statement. Recently, if you can see, Professor Kamal wrote a foreword, okay, for a book written by Dr. Nur Jannah, okay, and he's talking about IIUM philosophy, vision, mission, Islamization policy, and sejahtera objectives. So let me quote him to support my point on number 3, okay? According to Professor Kamal, it has to be reiterated that the original reason or raison d'etre for the establishment of IIUM in 1983 to provide the Islamic system of knowledge development and higher education as an alternative to the secularized and westernized paradigm of knowledge construction and university educations. Okay, so he said that the reason for the establishment of university is to desecularize, okay, so to integrate Islamic knowledge or to Islamize the knowledge, right? So basically, we want to bring what he called, Prof. Kamal called, the worldview and epistemology of Tawheed. That is the absolute oneness of Allah and the comprehensive as well as far-reaching implications of Allah's commandments, guidance, and norms in all aspects of human life, culture, society, state, and civilization. So I think we have to put that in mind, okay, so that we can realign our mission with the mission of the university. Therefore, he continued, new Islamic universities, including IIUM, were established in post-colonial Muslim countries for the primary purpose of producing a new generation of, okay, here is a very important point, to producing a new generation of holistically educated Islamic leaders and professionals, like what is mentioned here in mission number 2 and 3. To produce a new generation of holistically educated Islamic leaders and professionals to serve as competent agents of Muslim cultural liberation, societal desecularization, educational reform, and development of balanced and integrated Islamic personalities. So that's why I mentioned all these elements will be there in our revised promotion criteria. The ultimate goal, according to Prof. Kamal, of these intellectual and educational initiatives is the realization of Tawheed-based civilization, which produces goodness and well-being or sejahtera in this world and goodness and well-being or sejahtera in the hereafter. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. So he's talking about the ultimate goal of our mission is to realize Tawheed-based civilization that produces goodness and sejahtera, well-being in this world, and also goodness and well-being in the hereafter. Okay, so that is what relate to this. Okay, so we can move to point number 4, and I will come back to point number 3 with that. To nurture mission number 4, the quality of holistic excellence, which is imbued with Islamic moral, spiritual values in the process of learning, teaching, research, consultancy, publication, administration, and student life. So again, like I mentioned, these elements will be captured in our revised promotion criteria: learning, teaching, research, consultancy, publication, as well as administration and contribution. We call it leadership also. Okay, but more important in this number 4 is to nurture the quality of holistic excellence, which is imbued with Islamic moral, spiritual values. In that sense, Prof. Kamal wrote a paragraph. He mentioned that it is very important for all IIUM staff to read the IIUM policies and guidelines on Islamization. And then after that, he said, we make it very clear in the little book that in the context of IIUM, the mission of Islamization consists of 2 interconnected dimensions. 1, Islamization of human knowledge, and 2, Islamization of self. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about promotion criteria, staff, holistic staff. Okay, we talking about Islamization of knowledge and Islamization of self. And this Islamization of self, according to Prof. Kama, referred to in classical Islamic ethic as tahdib al-akhlaq or tathir al-qalb, refinement of akhlaq, character, cleansing of the spiritual heart, tazkiyatun nafs, purification of soul, or tarbiyah ruhiyah, spiritual education. And he further said, to him, in our opinion, the second dimension, which is Islamization of self, is extremely important because it is foundational to the production of knowledge and it precedes the first dimension insofar as the heart and character of the Islamic scholar influence the nature of his or her thinking and the knowledge that flows from the heart of the scholar. So this is another important characteristics of holistic stuff that we are talking about. Okay, so I think you have started to see the picture how our revised promotion criteria will look like. And then item number 5 and number 6, we're talking about international community of dedicated intellectuals, scholars, professionals, officers, and workers. And then again, who are motivated by the Islamic worldview and code of ethics as an integral part of their work culture. And number 6 is to enhance intercultural understanding and foster civilizational dialogues in Malaysia as well as across communities and nations. So number 5 is talking about the internationalization. Number 6, we're talking about communities and nations. Okay, where in this revised promotion criteria, you will see that we want our staff to be also excellent in their contributions or impactful contributions to the communities as well as to the nations. Okay, the last one is, of course, talking about lifelong learning to develop an environment which instills commitment for lifelong learning and a deep sense of social responsibility among staff and students. Okay, I'll conclude this IIUM mission by quoting the last quote from Prof. Kamal. Prof. Kamal mentioned in this forward at the beginning that the coming of our current rector, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dr. Zulkifli Abdul Razak in 2018, as the 6th rector of IIUM, opened up new dimensions of IIUM's internationalization mission and societal significance. So in line with the one that mentioned number 6, 7 just now. He, our current rector, introduced in 2018 the Malay Islamic concept of sejahtera, that is holistic and balanced human well-being anchored in the purification of the spiritual heart. As a new objective of IIUM, without undermining the original philosophy, vision, and missions as enshrined in the Constitution, that what we have mentioning, in accordance with the Islamic principles of Maqasid al-Shari'ah and Rahmatan lil Alameen. So I think that is how he wrap up everything, that what we are doing now, what is the vision and mission of the university. So in conclusion, this vision and mission university set our direction for the revised promotion criteria. The last point here is we want all our staff, to look, reflect or to revisit their activities and their programs or their projects so that all efforts are in line with IIUM vision and mission of the university. Meaning to say that whatever research you do, whatever teaching that you do, whatever committee that you involve must be supporting the vision and the mission of the university. And that's how you will relate it to your promotion application, for example. Okay, so with that, then this new promotion criteria, we go back to our concept of humanizing education. Okay, and I already mentioned about holistic, balanced staff. All right, And this is also, I think all of you are now quite familiar with our Sejahtera academic framework. Also, we're talking about humanizing education, holistic staff and holistic student, where in this new revised promotion criteria, we're talking about flexibility and we're talking about holistic assessment based on the different staff strengths and contributions. Because we realize that, some staff are, good at one or two areas, okay, whereas others are good at other areas, okay. So how can we make sure that our system will facilitate and promote all these strengths so that they can work together, okay, for the betterment of the university, okay. But of course, bear in mind, we are talking about holistic. Later on when we discuss this, we say that, still we want our academic staff to be holistic personality, meaning that they are good at all areas, but they can focus on certain areas. And of course, like we mentioned in the last two slides, all of this must be in line with the university's vision and mission and the spirit of khair, leading the way. Khair, khair is Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, and Rahmatan lil Alamin. I think by now all of you are very familiar with this. Okay, then of course, eligibility is just the normal requirement. If you are permanent staff, you must be confirmed in service. The candidate can apply for promotion to higher grade at any time. I think this is a new one. There is no time period specified at any time. Once certain criteria have been fulfilled, achieved, okay, then the candidate can apply at any time. Okay, the next one is something innovative, new to our system, where we are developing a system for some stuff that we think that is overdue. Then the university may also invite or inform the candidates to apply for promotion. Okay, but of course, it's not an automatic promotion, meaning that we will invite staff to apply for promotion, and I think we'll go through the process of promotion. Subject to, of course, meeting some minimum benchmarking requirement, all right? Or like I mentioned, maybe beyond the requirement, overdue, then I think the university should invite them for promotion. And in some cases, I think especially in Kuliah of Education, where they need to complete the teaching qualification from the Ministry of Education, and of course, the staff must be free from any disciplinary action. Okay, so we have identified these 6 core areas of academic work. Okay, teaching and learning. Inshallah, we'll go one by one briefly, maybe 1 or 2 minutes each. And then research, publication, leadership, professional practice and services, impactful contributions. So like we mentioned, all of these are, there in our vision and mission of the university. Okay, if you go back to the vision and the mission of the university. On teaching, okay, of course, teaching here refers to creative activity designed to foster students' learning, their ability and desire to undertake scholarly work, and their personal development and creativity. Okay, teaching must have also significant contribution and impactful to the society. But as you can see in that four quadrant there, number 1 is teaching and supervision experience. Okay, so one thing new that we are going to do is, if in the old system, the candidate only will list down what they have been teaching. They will say that, okay, I have taught this course in anatomy for 5 semesters. I have taught this course in optometry for 2 semesters. But this time around, we want the candidate to reflect on their contribution. So most probably, the detail of teaching assignment can be found in, let's say, in our system. But now it is the time for the candidate to reflect. Okay, so I have the candidate can mention that, well, I have developed a new subject, a new course, or I have been teaching this, and because and then I feel that the main impact that I have on students while teaching, that sort of thing. So they should reflect and discuss the we call it key intangible performance, things that because in the past we just counting numbers, how many courses, how many credit. Now we want to look at the impact. We want to look at contributions as a result of that teaching and supervision, right? Of course, better, number 2 there, if you have teaching certifications, award recognitions, that's better for you. Okay, then item number 3, new ideas and innovation in teaching. Meaning to say that not only you teach for the last 5 years, but maybe you show that every year you improve your teaching methods. Okay, and every semester you introduce new problems, that sort of thing. So I think instead of just listing down the courses, you must reflect upon it. And like we mentioned, significant contributions and relevant to others and community. Okay, so meaning to say that is your teaching supervision is only theoretical only, textbook only, or how will this material contribute to the betterment of the society, like what we mentioned in our vision and our mission. Okay, then of course research, all of us do research. This is part of our bread and butter. Okay, so refer to activities that result in the creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way as to generate new concepts, methodologies, understandings. Okay, so what is important here is we want our staff to lead the way. I think this is one of the keywords in research. We want our staff to be a leader in that research area. So that's why item number 1, research experience and research expertise. So the researcher can lead the way, become leader, train other young staff, train PG students. Okay. And number 2 is talking about collaboration with other universities. Kuliah of Pharmacy work with Kuliah of Engineering. KICT work with Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences. Kuliah of Science work with Kuliah of Economics. That sort of thing. So this is what we want to promote. Transdisciplinary research, collaborative research. Okay, solving real problems. I'm very sure. I mean, if we work together, I think there are many problems that need inter-kuliah or interdisciplinary to solve. Okay, better, number 3, if you have any research awards and achievements, recognition by internal or external parties. And again, number 4, we are talking about are you doing research just for the sake of doing research, or you're talking about what is the impact? Okay, so if in the past, under research, you just say that, okay, I have done FRGS research, 200,000, this title. So here in the new form, you must also reflect on that research. You must say that, okay, I've done this research. Based on this research, these are my major findings. This is how community can benefit from this research. How many students have I produced from this research? That sort of thing. So we want to see that that research really create an impact, okay, or give more value to the society or to the students and so on and so forth. So I think that is the new concept that we are working on. Okay, publications. All of you know about publications. I'm talking about output of the research activities, and it can be in many forms. It could be a research paper, a poem, essay, even an article which has been published in any form of media. Okay, so again, just like research, we want publication that contribute positively, meaningfully, impactfully to the community and to the industry. So it's not like just publishing for the sake of publishing. In the past, we just count. I mean, count numbers. Okay, I published 3, 4, 5, index, non-index. But now it's rather, you put your publication and then you discuss. Okay, in this publication, the main idea is such and such. and this idea or this result is very important. Why? You know, that sort of thing. So those are the things that we are looking at now to measure or to know the impact of your publication. And also this new system, going back to leading the way, we want our staff to focus, especially, I mean, you apply for professorship, you want to be a professor in what? So there must be an area of focus that you become a reference hub that people around the world will refer to you in that area. You become a pioneer in that area. Okay, so that's why we say number 2 there, specific area of expertise, specialization that staff are good at. So that's why we are looking at expertise, meaning that you have to argue that, okay, based on my research, if possible, I think everything must be in one line, based on your publication, based on your research, based on your teaching. So you see that this is actually the area that I am expert, I am developing, I am leading the way, I become the example for others. So that's number 2. Okay, then number 3, quality of publication. So before we just count the numbers, now we want to see the impact. We'll see that your publications are useful. People read your publication. People use your publication. People, develop policy based on your publication. Okay, and of course, I think there is always this issue of co-authorships. Again, when you present your paper, maybe your name is number 2, number 3, but you again have to reflect in this paper, what is your contribution? Okay. Of course, if you're number 1, what is your contribution in this paper? Of course, there are 4 people. You can mention that writing this paper, I am number 1, I am the manager, I am the coordinator, whatever. So those are the things that we give now a space where the candidate can reflect, discuss, and show and demonstrate their contributions in all those areas. So not just accounting numbers. Okay, then we move to leadership. So leadership in general, I guess, yeah, you see number 3 there. We look at holding positions, holding appointments. So again here, in the past, people will just say, okay, I was head of department, I was coordinator, I was a chairman of the committee. So here the new concept is you need to reflect. Okay, while I was the head of department for 5 years, what did you do? What was your legacy when you were the head of department? Did you change something? Did you introduce new processes? Okay, do you develop others? Do you become good example for others? Those are the things that we're talking about. Because we say here, leadership refers to the art of motivating a group of people. So see, do you motivate others while you are the leaders? Let's say you are a research group coordinator. So how do you manage? So instead of just saying that, okay, for the past 10 years, I'm a research group coordinator of, let's say, Marine, INOSAM or whatever. Okay, but the more is how did you build your output, your outcome, what system? So motivating others towards achieving a common goal. Similarly, we say that inspiring there, the word inspire is there. This leadership definition captures the essential of being able to inspire others and being prepared to do so. And finally, talking about the human touch, the heart, the qalb, the qalb-guided leadership traits or behavior. Okay, where you are not only become the leaders in the physical sense, but spiritually also. Okay, so you also, people look at you as the leader and their iman increases, So that sort of thing. Become God conscious and values driven. Okay, and then of course number two is leadership competency. Okay, what you have demonstrate, what are your leadership style, leadership management. Okay, so I think we look at this leadership. So because at the end of the day, I think we're talking about leadership. We want all our staff to become leaders in their own way. Okay, they can become leaders as a researcher. They can become leaders in the national committee, okay, or international organization or professional what you call it, organization. Okay, so that sort of thing, or assessor, assessor, that sort of thing. Okay, then we move to professional practice and services. Okay, I think since I'm talking to science-based, your kuliah today, yes, you provide many services that involve community industry. I think your kuliah should not have any problem in this. Okay, because I think many kuliahs in Kuantan are very close to the communities. Okay, in your area of specialization. So here is where you identify your client, you identify your community that you want to work with. All right. So what we are looking at is first is significant contributions and relevant to others. That's number one. Okay, so how's your contribution in professional practice and services relevant to others, right? If it is pharmacy, then I mean how you, or in allied science, nutritionist and all these things. I mean, how this, you bring it and solve the community problems. Okay, and then of course, this also involve number two there, recognition by learned and professional society, like I mentioned. You must be also active, and membership and positions in learned and professional body at the national level or at the international level. So this also is very important. Then the last one is impactful contributions. Okay, so here we say that these contributions, other than teaching and supervision, other than research and consultancy, publication, leadership, and professional practice services, so other impactful contributions also can be listed under this last category. Okay, so this we give some example here, and it is not exhaustive. This includes activities and or projects that are supporting the university's objectives, such as flagship projects, sustainable development goal, national education philosophy, research center of expertise, regional center of expertise, RCE, and others. There are so many other that you can contribute. I think here also you can say Islamization, integration, so on and so forth. And more than that, the key intangible performance indicators also may also be presented as part of your success drivers under impactful contribution. So the international recognitions that give global impact to the university and community may also be presented as part of your achievement. Because now, alhamdulillah, I think some of our colleagues now participate in some international level activities, programs, projects, and some of them are recognized by the international organization. Okay, so we have those 6. Then how are we going to more or less look at the performance? Okay, so since the beginning of my presentation this afternoon, we are talking about holistic. Since the university expects all staff to be holistic and leading the way. So we are expecting that this is everybody, all staff should have this characteristic, holistic and leading the way. Then in the next slide, we will present to you the normal expected performance to be considered. So this is we're talking about normal. Normal meaning that under normal circumstances, this is the normal expected performance, so that you become holistic, okay? And then you cover all the ground. And to share with you, this is based on the previous many years of promotion exercises. Maybe 10, 15 years data to get this next slide. So some people are saying that this new revised promotion criteria is difficult. No, it is not difficult. Actually, it's accommodating the old system, and also we improve it or enhance it in the new system. So because we are still basing our normal expected performance based on the old system, the 10, 15 years experience, okay? But in this new framework, however, we say, The staff who excel and show significant impacts in some categories of the core areas may also be considered for promotion. The staff need to demonstrate that those achievements may compensate lower performance in the other core areas. Meaning to say that maybe looking at the normal expected performance, you do not fulfill all. Okay, but you have all, but you do not. You have all the criteria, but you do not fulfill all. But in one of the criteria, you are, super excellence. Then we say that that super excellence can compensate the other criteria that you do not achieve. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, so this is the data based on last 10, 15 years. It's just expected achievement. We do not say that you must have this. These are expected. This is like a guideline. So we put here 2 columns: application for associate professor, application for professorship. And also under that, you have social science and science and technology. Then you have the various indicators there. Completed research grant, SPI, main author, corresponding author, and then completed student supervision book, international recognition, as well as impactful community engagement. And you see the various numbers there. So like we mentioned, this is the expected normal. For normal candidate, this is the normal expectation. But let's say in one case, suddenly one of our colleagues get 10 million grant. So with 10 million grant, I think he can compensate many other things. So that is the one example. Or he got very good international recognition, United Nations Award or Nobel Prize or something like that. So that will also compensate other things. So those are the things. So that's why I'm thinking, because normally this is the common question that people ask, do we IIUM follow this track, teaching track, research track or whatever? We say that we are actually better than that. Our system now, the current system, is more flexible than that. Meaning to say that if you, are focused in one area, if you are good in research, okay, you can do, you can have a, good research output, research performance, as long as you have some activities in other core values, then the research can compensate. Okay, so similarly, if you are very good in teaching, okay, meaning that you show to us that there are, you're also doing research in your teaching, you are writing textbook for your teaching, you are using a new method in your teaching, then you can argue in this new system. You can say that, okay, I focus, I've conducted research, your research component is there, textbook component is there, publication is there. Okay, and then of course you introduce a new way, and then after that you show that the new way of teaching is impactful, contribution to your student. Then I think we can discuss, we can discuss. So this is what we're talking about. We want to balance between holistic. We want our staff to be holistic in all areas. Okay, but if some staff are good in some area, okay, you can compensate other area. Okay, so those are the things that we need to balance. Okay, the only thing is, so the only thing is what will happen is, as you know, our promotion exercise is based on peer evaluation, peer evaluation, meaning to say that first you submit your case to your HOD. Okay, HOD will have their own, peer expectation, your department expectation. And after HOD, the HOD will forward to your kuliah promotion committee, and the kuliah also should have their own, standard, all right, before it comes to the secretariat. So here is where, based on these 6 core areas, the HOD and your kuliah promotion committee will give rating. Either it is excellent, very good, good, fair, or poor. So they will give rating, and then the way that we propose here is if it's called 3 or better, average, so that's why it's average, 3 or better, average, then the application will be forwarded to the secretariat. Okay, so here is where I think we need more conversation and discussion with the kuliah, because I think each kuliah also has different expectation, because I know some kuliah before, for them 4 papers is too little because everybody is publishing 8, you know, some kuliah. Some other kuliah say no, in my kuliah 2 is good enough, you know. So these are the things that normally based on the peer evaluation, I mean, you know your standard, you know your standard. So that's why the kuliah also must have this conversation. Okay, in our kuliah, I mean, what is the standard? And of course, the kuliah you cannot just make your standard on your own. You must also look at, let's say, similar kuliah in other university in Malaysia, or similar program in other university in outside Malaysia. You know, because why? Because after the secretariat receive your application, we will bring this to pre-IPAS. Pre-IPAS is interview panel for promotion. So once this committee is satisfied that you have the case, okay, these are prima facie here, then we will send to external assessor. So see, in the external assessor is again peer evaluation. So that's why you have to follow the standard. You cannot say that I am good, and then suddenly we send to external assessor in another university inside or outside Malaysia. Then they say no, this guy is still very, you know, below expectation. You know, so we do not want that. So that's why you need to have this guideline. You know, so we as the academic staff must know the standard that we are talking about. In this exercise, we still maintain for professorship. We will send to 5 external assessors, 2 of them from outside Malaysia. For associate professor application, we are going to send to 3 external assessors, 1 from outside Malaysia. And after we have got the reports from the external assessors, then the secretariat will compile the report and will bring to the interview panel for promotion, which normally is checked by our rector. So I think that is, so again, my point here is like this. I mean, because sometimes when I was the dean before, so some staff suddenly appear in my office, say, I am good, please promote me. So that's why when you say I am good, please promote me, based on what? Based on what standard, you know? So you can say that, wow, you can say, okay, please promote me, because if I am at this university, they will promote me. And then we will see you, what university is talking about. And that sort of thing. So the standard is, because talk about peer evaluation, because we send your applications to external assessor. So we cannot just say, okay, my kuliah only need 2 papers. Okay, but in the world, they're talking about 6, 7 papers. So that sort of thing, you know, or talking about the quality of the paper. So you need to know that, I mean, and you know better than us, the secretariat, you know, on this in your field. All right, so I guess this is towards the end of the presentation already. So these are just to share with you the various, of course, we have more meetings than this, but these are the key players, you know, the rector also involved, everybody involved. And then also we consulted some kuliah members also, all right? Some of these faces are familiar to you. Okay, so to conclude, and then we can have some discussion. To conclude, we hope that this new promotion criteria and promotion exercise, number 1, will give good or due recognition to the contributions of the staff in their area of expertise. So that is number 1. So, and then number 2, we want the staff to really plan their activities, their research, their teaching, their contribution to society in line with the university vision and mission. So please, I mean, demonstrate that in your application. Okay, so that's why we say that this mission of Khalifah, okay, Khair, Khalifah, and then our carrying out the responsibility as amanah through Iqra and also Rahmatul Alamin, the leading the way. Okay, so we want all the staff to be in line with the vision and mission of the university. And then, of course, number 3, I think we need to be, in this case, we need to be truthful and sincere in our efforts, inshallah. Okay, and so that I think we give due recognition and promotion to the staff. So hopefully with that, then inshallah, we will encourage and also motivate all staff to work for excellence, like the thing that we mentioned in the mission of the university, excellence, teaching, research, scholars, intellectual, and all these things. So become a holistic personality, inshallah. So I think I stop there. So now maybe if there is any comment or question, we can discuss lah, inshallah. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. So anybody has any comments, question? Otherwise, we can go and watch the budget presentation because today is a budget day. We want to see whether our university will have enough budget or not for next year. Okay, anybody from Kuantan, or we okay? Yeah, I saw Dr. Susanna there. Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Yes, lead the way. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much for the explanation on the revised performance criteria and also MSD. I just like to ask, when will this be in effect, or when will this take effect, Prof? Okay.
All right. We said that officially this new promotion exercise will take effect starting from 1st of January 2021. Okay. Okay, but there is, of course, there is a transitional period here because we got to know also that there was a MSD email saying that whoever that would like to submit for promotion, they can submit before 15th of November. That one we say that if any staff would like to submit before 15th November, you should use the old form, which is the existing form.
Okay.
But if you submit after 15th of November, then you can start using the new form because we are going to start testing in 2021.
Okay, okay. So I quite like that. Later we will have that reflection box for the applicant to fill in. I just would like to also ask you on the expected achievement. Because we at the department, at the kuliah, we also have the expected expectations on the applicants. So what if, because you were talking about, let's say, the applicant is excellent, super excellent in a certain criteria, so that can like override the other aspects which perhaps he or she did not achieve. But what if the applicant has not even like completed even one supervision at master's level or even PhD level for the respective associate professor and VK7 application? So perhaps your view on this?
That's why I think we put here, I think this slide, I think we put here as achievement. I mean, the supervision is there. So at least you can get a general guideline, all right? However, like I mentioned, I mean, if sudden, okay, I think maybe I should backtrack one step here. First, we need to distinguish between APA and promotion, because APA is more annual duties, annual responsibility, okay? And promotion is actually an accumulation of few years of work. Normally, the promotion is normally 3, 4, 5, maybe sometime 6, 7, 8 years. So what we are trying to do here is, that's why at the end of the day, we are asking the candidate to justify their what you call it, contribution. So there's, for example, like I mentioned, if let's say suddenly somebody in get 1 million grant, and then he can justify that this 1 million grant was very difficult to get. I am the first one to get, and I think this is leading the way. Then I think we can, based on that, then I think we can now that one now can compensate the other criteria. But still, like I mentioned, they should have, meaning, for example, like, okay, just for the sake of discussion today, because we do not have a real case yet. This is only discussion. Okay.
Okay.
For example, he got 4 million, but he has not producing any student, right? But he is supervising currently. So maybe now instead of completion, we can say that, okay, since you are supervising 2 students, but you are getting 4 million here, therefore we can do some leeway that way. But he cannot say that, oh, I'm not interested in supervising. I'm not interested in then I think that is a wrong message. The message is still we're talking about holistic, but if you are good,
Okay.
then we can relax a little bit the other one. But still they have to have.
They still have to have
Yes.
some level of achievement. I mean,
Correct,
it's
yeah.
as an
Yeah.
academic, right?
Yeah.
Because we also have yes, throughout the university, those who excel in research, getting a lot of grants, but they are not participative in the kuliah. So we do not view that as holistic, you see. So we also want to see contribution, the economic communication within the kuliah. So when that is lacking, so it's difficult for us sometimes to actually forward any application to the secretariat over in Gombak. But I quite like what you mentioned just now, that we now have a rating mechanism macam NQA kan, kalau aspek ni kena 3 ke atas kan. Then kalau divide by 6, if it's 3 and above, then it's okay for us to send to Gombak. That actually will serve the promotion committee well, I think. So thank you for that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think your last point is very important. I think, like you mentioned, I think if the kuliah feel that the what you call it, the staff must contribute. That's why we see we have that very strong one area called leadership and leading the way. That is where the kuliah, I mean, the person cannot be only doing research only in their lab, but at the same time, they should also be a leader. They can be a leader, a research leader, mentoring the young staff, that sort of thing. I mean, we're talking about a holistic and total package.
Okay. Yes.
Let's
We
work
understand.
on that one.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Okay.
That's all from me.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. I saw a message from Dr. Haniki here. Say that when is this promotion by invitation be implemented? Okay, please make doa, Dr. Haniki. We are working on it, but hopefully by 2021 January, hopefully, at least we can have some sort of a system lah. Maybe if it's not fully automated, maybe we can start doing it manually. Especially, what I'm thinking right now, these are still thinking stage. For example, we can go through those who are like overdue, 10 years already passed and no promotion. Maybe we can say, well, what happened to them? Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe we can also have for those who are already 10 years, we can have either look at the data and then invite them. If they are not fulfilled, maybe we can also advise them accordingly. That sort of thing. I think we need to have that sort of thing. This is another thing that we need to work with the kuliah. one important criteria or success factor for this automation is the database lah. Because I think when we talk to other kuliah, we also discovered that some staff, they claim that they did something, but it was not in the database. So here is, we need the cooperation of everybody. I mean, if you have a project, you must put in a database. In fact, the last one we are talking about, we are talking to ITD is even the wakaf time. We are coming out with an apps or application where staff and student can record their wakaf time. Because as you know, you look at our APA, the new APA, we also give points to wakaf time. But we do not capture anywhere the wakaf time. So now we're developing the apps on that. So one thing is the database. So once we have the database, I think this automatic invitation, I think, can be implemented. So inshallah, we'll work towards that. Inshallah. Next one.
Is it the new form will be in digital?
Okay, on the digital format, we did discuss this last time. We are trying to work where the staff can fill it online. All right. In fact, you will see that the form is very, we call it open-ended. The form is very open-ended. It's like blank space. You can write 1,000 words, 700 words, up to you. No, 300 words is open-ended. But we are thinking about the process. Once you are ready, maybe you click somewhere, you can upload somewhere and then submit to the HOD. And then HOD can go through your submission because we need some verification, you know. So HOD can, and then HOD can write something, comment on your submission, and then he will upload and click somewhere, go to the KPC lah, kuliah. I think that is what our plan is. Inshallah. I hope I do not sound like a politician.
Almost.
Okay. Okay, ada lagi tak? Begitu, tu je. Habis. Okay, no more question in the chat.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Prof. Hafiz. Sorry. I'm Zarina from Kuliah of Science.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? I think there is dilemma among our the administrators who are holding posts at the university level. Okay, I think because they are being appointed, okay, as the dean, okay. So I think it's quite difficult to, like, for example, to juggle the time. So I think also expecting to meet the, like, for example, to apply for professor, also for index papers, and for non-index papers. Is there any leniency towards those administrators, for example?
Okay. First of all, let me quote, I think now I can quote many people. They say that if you want to assign job, you assign to people who are the most busy. So normally, in fact, your same question when I was the Dean of Engineering, when I was at that time, I was, I think, assistant professor. So I complained also to the Deputy Rector at that time, Allahyarham Tan Sri Ahmad Ibrahim. Tan Sri Ahmad Ibrahim said, no, you become the Dean and you must work and balance your activity. So that is a challenge lah. There is a challenge, that, I mean, for the academic administrator, that we have to balance. So that's why normally my advice to my colleagues who are academic administrator, I mean, you must plan lah. You must plan. You do not be so drowned in your administration duties that you forget other duties. So you must, I mean, plan well. Okay, but nevertheless, having said that, as you can see in this promotion criteria, like I mentioned, one of the main core area is leadership. Okay, here is where, if you are the Dean or HOD, now you can demonstrate or show that what you have done while you are the Dean or HOD. What impact have you made? What changes you made? What improvement have you made? how you lead the way, how you become good mentor for your staff, that's the only. So I think we will give a weightage for that. I mean, so meaning to say that maybe you become the dean and every year your kuliah is taught in IIUM for the last 10 years, that sort of thing. So I guess we will credit to that, okay? But nevertheless, going back to the spirit of holistic, still, I mean, being an academic staff, you still have to do at least a minimal research. At least you need one small grant, So those are the things that you need to balance. You need to balance. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Itu. Yang mana ni? Bawah sekali. Okay. Will kuliah need to set the standard on revision to achieve 3 and above? Yeah, basically, because the way that we do the rubric, as shown, we're talking about excellent, very good, good, and then whatever poor. We don't want to discuss the poor. That is where I think the kuliah can come up with like, if not consensus, at least a general agreement, because you're talking about peer review. Okay, because like I mentioned in the past, I know one kuliah, they say that for us grant is not important. What is important is publication. Okay, because this is not, of course, obviously it's not a science-based kuliah lah. But then they say, okay, the standard is, because the grant is not important, publication is important, but the standard is, they say, okay, for publication, let's say for associate professor, at least 8 or 10 papers. Okay, for professor, we need maybe 12 or 15 papers. So for them, that is excellent, So meaning that if you get only 2 papers, then become poor. Then if it is 6 papers, then it become good. That sort of thing. So I think this one, I believe kuliah knows better. I think kuliah knows better than this. So that's why for the moment, I think we will let the kuliah to evolve and to stabilize on this. Just like, for example, just now the Dean of High Science mentioned about they want the staff to be involved in the committee, in the department. So then you can set standard. What do you mean by good in this? Do not involve at all, maybe 0, poor. Okay, but maybe committee, maybe I'm not sure 1, 2 committees, 3 committees, or coordinator. I mean that sort of thing. I think. And I'm very sure. Okay, I'm very sure because we are not reinventing the wheel. We have the data already. So that's why I urge the kuliah to look at the data. Your last 5, 10 years promotion exercise. What is your standard? So that, I mean, normally one of the questions that we ask at the committee is similar case. Are we going to promote or not? That sort of thing. I mean, we are comparing. If possible, we want also to be just. The justice also must come in here. So I guess the kuliah has some homework to do lah here, inshallah. And of course, I trust that you have enough wisdom with your kuliah promotion committee, and you can also have open sometime conversation with HOD, with other senior lecturers and professors. All right. Okay, I think that's the end of it, right? Because there's no more. All right. Anything else? Any burning question? Okay, So calling 1, calling 2.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. Haris.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya-
Tengku apa ni? Tengku
Saya
Haziam.
Dr. Tengku daripada kuliah sains. Okay,
Yeah.
I would like to ask about the flexibility of the what you try to emphasize, the flexibility that in case where the parameters like leadership, service, impactful contribution, things like that, when the applicants being evaluated by assessors, the assessors normally don't see this. I mean, they don't see. They only see your index, your citations. I mean that's what we understand. So how you consolidate the situation? How is flexible because you need to rely on the judgment from the assessor. At the same time,
Correct.
you have your judgment from the internal process. So how you consolidate? Because we emphasize the flexibility this time.
Yeah, okay. So the one that I have experienced before, because I was few times external assessor of promotion from Australian University. So what they did is they gave me not only a few publications, no, they gave me the whole write-up of that person. So meaning that now your forms that you are going to fill with your write-ups, how good are you in? Okay, we may share this with assessor. Okay, we may share that. Okay, you are now let's say champion of one area in Malaysia. Now you are a chairman of. Then you can mention. I mean, you are the chairman. I think we can forward this to the assessor. I think we can, whatever the good points that you mentioned, your strength. I think we can forward this to the assessor so that it will be additional information. In fact, I mean that's why I think I think this new system is better for the candidate to express and to demonstrate their achievement. Like before, we just say that I am the dean for 5 years. That's it, right? But now you have the opportunity that why I was the dean for 5 years, what I have done, what did I formulate a new vision of the kuliah, how did I take care of the problems, you know? So similarly, I mean, if you are, let's say, research group, you are now a leader. I mean, one of the research group, you are coordinator or you are the head of research group. Now you can articulate, you can present your case. So hopefully that maybe if we find out that those are your strengths, that we will share with the assessor, then the assessor will know this, and of course he or she will reflect upon it and of course compare with their, you know. Because again, I fully agree with you. We are talking about peer evaluation, and in our business, it's more or less all over the world. We know our business. You know, the peer. It's similar to accreditation. You know, our program accreditation is like a world. There is a world rule or policy on accreditation. I mean, how can we call this a bachelor degree or is this a mathematics degree? You know, it is already a standard there. That is acceptable by all. So hopefully this will inshallah resolve your issue, inshallah. Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm Dr. Lokman from KON, Kuliah Dosen.
Yes. Yes.
Related to the issue, Prof, I think perhaps if your office or any office related could like provide the criteria of the assessment so that we can proceed to the assessor, the external assessor, so that they are clear enough what actually our color, what actually our style, so that fair enough. Because sometimes there are like one case previously, the assessor from UK feel bad about our assessment because of he gave the assessment, but then at the end of the, I mean, like so-called not like to proceed with that, but then at the end of the day, IIUM proceed with that. So he feels a bit upset because like his assessment is not being valid, so-called. So I think better we have like kind of criteria, because we have our own criteria, right? So we have that criteria and give, then we can proceed to the assessor, the external assessor. I think that would be better. Yeah, that's my idea, I think.
Okay. Of course, I think we can share this with the assessor, some guideline. Okay, but we have to understand also that's why we need, let's say for professorship, we need 5 assessors, because sometimes also, like the case that you mentioned, sometimes we take the majority, you know. Let's say we have 5 assessors, 3 say yes, 2 say no, okay? But then we are going to look, what is the no? So that's why that come into your point, Carmen. No, if the no is, let's say on something minor, then but the yes is on the something, let's say quality, whatever, then that's that's why that interview and that committee is very important to look at the assessor. We just don't. I mean, we also look at the assessor's report in objective and subjective lah. Okay, so meaning to say that's why we need 5. Otherwise, we just send 1. Okay, we need 5. And normally, I mean, if of course, if all 5 say yes, all yes, and same point, then of course the case is very strong. Okay, but if let's say one say very strong yes, but the other 4 say no, then there's something wrong with this strong yes, you know. So that's why sometimes we investigate. So we discover that this is his friend or something like that. You know? So that's sort of thing. So that's why in one of the questions we ask, do you know this guy? If you know, how, in what capacity? Because that's also will affect his recommendation. If he said that no, I never know this guy, so we feel that it is more independent. But if this guy he knows this for the last 5 years, his neighbor, then I think we have to be careful. I mean, that sort of thing, you know, there are a lot of subjectivity there. So, but I do agree with you that, I mean, if the assessor know also maybe we can say that there is one paragraph saying that we look at a holistic type of achievement of our staff and that sort of thing. Maybe the assessor will look from that dimension rather than 1 or 2 specific dimensions. Okay, we take note of that. Very good suggestion. Okay, we have 3 more minutes. Okay.
Prof. Faris.
Yes.
I'm Syed from Kuliah of Nursing. I would like to continue what Dr. Lokman's view as well. I rather think we need to be very objective, saying that in order to be a professor, the person needs to have 4 index publications and 4 non-index. So there will be tick, you know, that we are fulfilled, more objective. Because the other person, the assessor, might be thinking that following his or base criteria, I mean his university criteria. That's why I think most important, rather than putting a general statement. Because you don't know that we have.
Correct, doctor. Okay, let me. Okay, I get your point. You have any other point?
No, that's all.
Okay, I get your point. But if you are in the committee, things are a little bit more complicated than that. See, this guy 4 paper and this guy 4 paper and this guy also 4 paper. We send it to the assessor, or maybe send it to the same assessor. Sometimes the results are not. They are not just counting numbers. They look at. Or they say that okay, I just share with you some comment. They say, "Whoa, this guy have 4 papers, but there is no focus. One paper is on one matter, another one, but he has 4 papers. So still, meaning that we cannot just say 4 papers. I mean, it's more than that, you know. And then in another say, 4 papers, but only 1 first author. The rest are third author. So it's not straightforward thing, you know. Another case, we still send the 4 papers, but still the result that we are getting is, anyway, then the worst is when they start talking about quality of the content, or 4 papers, but this work has been done by somewhere else, you know, that sort of thing. So it's, yeah, I do agree with you. There must have some objectivity there, but at the end of the day, I mean, that's why I think the articulation, the discussion is more important rather than I have done 4. Because 4, I mean, can have different meaning. Believe me. See, that's why it have a different meaning, and it's not that straightforward, especially in our business. You know? Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Of course, I think our channel is open. You can, if you have any more clarification, feedback, you can talk to your dean. You can email me. You can, or we can discuss wherever we meet. You know, I think like I mentioned, I think if everybody is, you know, what you call it, sincere, truthful, work hard, work for the sake of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, for the ummah, I think inshallah this system, I think, will work. Inshallah. Okay, so with that, let me thank everybody and we make dua to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala that Allah Taala will make our thing easy and most of you will be promoted soon, insyaAllah. So, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We end with Suratul As and Tasbih Kifarah. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good weekend.
Terima kasih.
Yeah, okay.